Thank you for being here, with us over this past year. It's been really great getting to know you a little bit better. We want to talk about the progress you made in the last year. So just to kind of go over, I'm going to go ahead and
if anyone's unmute,
here,
let me just do this.
And then I'll pass it off to Anurag and he'll go ahead and
go. Okay, there we go. If you're, I just want to give everyone a reminder, you're in a live meeting with a live mic. And so we'd like to kind of avoid that. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes to speak with Shoham Cohen, a survivor of the Nova concert. Lovely, lovely guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him here in Boca Raton about 6 weeks ago. And I asked him if he would be good enough to give this presentation as well. Indeed, he has been speaking about it. I'm trying to bring at least some knowledge and some intellect to what's going on in world events. What we're actually seeing on US college campuses, A, half of those people are really not college students. B, the other half really are terribly misinformed. And when I mean misinformed, I mean we need to find a way to communicate. It's one thing to feel bad for a grieving mother. I would certainly feel that way about anyone. And I think that's a unique, that's not unique to being Jewish, in having empathy and sympathy for people. I think what people really don't see enough of are the cold facts. Now, I'm one of these people who's pretty passionate. I'll go on a limb here. I'm a Zionist. I believe that Israel has been a wonderful guidance for the world. Again, I don't want to debate this with anybody. I don't want to go into why I feel that way or what my background is or all that. What I do want to say is I've created a series of ChatGPT prompts. Now, let me tell you why. These students that are protesting and having all this stuff to say oftentimes throw off stuff that is just completely false. The Jews know it, the Arabs know it, everybody knows that these statements that have been made in many cases have been false. I created 12 prompts on ChatGPT that you go ahead and ask, when was, what religion is older, Islam or Judaism? How many attempts have there been for a two-state solution? Tell us about the greenhouses that were left in Gaza and who actually funded those and how large an opportunity was there. This is not to thumb my nose at anyone and say, I told you so. This is to try and tell people that there is a knowledge base that you really do need to tap into. And while most of the people on this meeting clearly understand this, if you'd like a copy of these ChatGPT prompts, please put your email address into the chat here and, or email Daniel at Bogen Homes. Daniel, when you get on, if you are on, please put your, he just put his email address into the prompt. And with that little plea from me, we're going to get right to this. We do have some video footage from Shoham's iPhone at the concert itself. And again, there will be a recast of this if anybody misses it. But that said, I want to speak with Shoham. Shoham, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very well, very well. And you're on your basically a world tour, kind of speaking about your horrible experience and trying to spread some truth to this. How would you like to open this up? Would you, what perspective are you going to bring? Or you want to do a Q&A? You want to tell your story? How do you want to open this up to everyone?
First thing, I think I will share my story.
Okay.
Then I will show the footage that
we have it all queued up. We have the footage queued up for you. So it's
okay.
Okay.
And after the footage, I will give you a few seconds to process, and then we can do a Q&A.
Okay. So we'll start out. You're a concert goer. Tell us about that day.
Okay. So I'm Shoham Cohen. I'm 21. Before the Nova Festival, I used to do deliveries. I had a truck. My father had an electricity shop. So I did the deliveries for his store. And I convinced all of my friends to come with me to the Nova Festival because I knew it's gonna be a big festival and I wanted them to come with me. And we came around 2, 3 a.m. and we went to dance. We saw a lot of friends, like family for us. And around 6 a.m., me and one of my friends went to the little stage. We were dancing, we had fun, and we started to see the colors of the sunrise. And you know, the sunrise is something very special in psytrance music festivals. So we waited, and we wanted all of my friends to be with us together. So I sent messages in a friends group. I told them in 15 minutes the sunrise will come, and I want you all to be in the middle of the main stage with me, and we will have fun. And me and one of my friends who was in the little stage with me, we went to the main stage to look for our friends, and luckily they wasn't there. So we went back to the campsite to look for them, and most of them were in the campsite. So we took some stuff. We took the opportunity to brush our teeth, and we just gathered together at the campsite. And around 6:29, we started to see rockets in the sky. And we all from Ashdod, so we knew they're gonna shut down the party. So we wasn't like disappointed or something. We understood that it's not our fault or someone else. We just have to take our stuff and leave the area. So everyone just packed the stuff, and we went to the parking lot. And in the parking lot, it was a big mess. Like 3,500 people, just no one knows what to do, screaming, laying on the floor. It was a chaos. So the traffic jam started really fast because everyone wanted to get out first, and no one knew what's going on. So the traffic jam started really early, and by the time we got to my car, the traffic was really bad. So we just stayed at the parking lot. My friends decided to sit near my car, and I decided to go help other people in the parking lot. So after around an hour that I'm helping other people to carry their stuff and to leave the area, my friends called me and they told me, okay, we have to go now. So I went back to the car and I drove to the traffic jam, waited in the line. And I was with my windows open. So I heard someone just talking in her phone. She told her friend that someone just got shot at the entrance. And we saw around 300 people just running from the entrance. So we just left the car and joined them. In the car, it was me and the other friend of mine. So we ran with them, and around 5-10 minutes that we saw that nothing is happening, we went back to the car. And I thought, okay, if someone just got shot, I can't wait here in the line to wait to my turn to get shot. So I just skipped all the traffic jam, and I got to the main road. When I got to the main road, I was instantly blocked by other cars. from all of the directions. Everyone wanted to get out first. In front of me, there was a police van. They directed people from the main road to the field to avoid the terrorist that was in the main road. And few seconds later, that we are still blocked, the police told us to leave the cars and to lay down. So we left the car, we lay down, I locked the car. And at this moment, the terrorist truck came toward us through the main road, and they started to spray people with their Kalashnikovs, like to shoot everyone. So we started to run to the opposite side. And while I'm running, I heard the snipers. I saw the police van just exploding. They threw grenades and RPG on it. And it was really, really a big mess. I ran and I see people in front of me just falling and getting shot, screaming. So I couldn't look back. I just kept running. I ran back to the party area and skipped it to the other side. And when I was on the other side, we heard shooting from the other side either. So we knew that we were surrounded. So we went back to the party area again, but this time to look for a place to hide. So in front of me, I saw the yellow restroom. It seemed like the best place to hide, but it was too far. It was like 50 meters from me. I thought, okay, if I'm going there, I'm gonna die in the way. In the left side, I saw few people trying to hide with behind the truck. And in the right side, I saw a tent. So I decided to go in the tent alone. And it was so hot inside after 10, 15 minutes that I'm inside the tent just waiting. My friend who was in the car with me texted me and he told me, come now to under the stage. So I went to under the stage. I saw other 30 people laying down, hiding under the stage. And I sat just on the entrance to the stage because I was the last one to join them. So I took a piece of plastic and I put it in front of me because I believe that if a terrorist is coming and start to shoot me, this piece of plastic will save me. Gracias.
Yeah. Oh. So you got to get your coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a moral imperative. That we're first thing in the morning. You know, while you're going on, could I just ask you a quick question about the Nova Festival itself? Okay, you know, this is something. It feels like, again, as an American, there's something in the United States called the Burning Man concert. They have like this Burning Man where everyone goes.
I know this festival. Yeah.
This was a several-day event. Basically, you say partying at 6 a.m. It sounds like a bunch of stoned kids. You know, people that were having a good time. By the way, I put myself in that category. I've been that stoned kid. I was 21 once. So, I mean, it was a festival. It was a good, fun time.
Yeah, I want to add something. In the Nova Festival, they weren't only just kids. You know, people came in all the age range, like from 18 to 60, 70. So, and this year in the Burning Man, they're gonna do like a big watermelon for the Palestine.
The yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, everyone could come to this festival. It's not just for kids.
Yeah. So I didn't hear that about Burning Man. They're actually they're gonna have a watermelon. They really ruined the watermelon. I got to tell you, it's been a fabulous fruit, but now there's no.
Really fucked up.
They fucked up. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad we're speaking each other's language now. So you had all this, you know, all these, you saw the terrorists coming from different areas, and you were hiding under the stage. 2020 hindsight, everyone else was hiding there. You know,
Yeah.
what did you do? How does, you know, why was it that 1,200 people were killed and you were able to escape? What exactly happened? And again, if these are harsh questions, please tell me. I just, you know, there's a lot of people here who really
Okay.
want to
I will tell you what.
tell me.
It's not just luck, because everyone ran to other side and everyone had the chance to try to run and to hide, but God had different plans for everyone. That's my believing. So everything that happened for a reason, and it was, I don't know how to say that, but everything was planned, you know.
So you believe that it was a divine, we call it a divine intervention, or have you become more religious since the event?
Yeah, I wasn't a believing person before, but now I believe.
Isn't that interesting? You know, I always wondered about that with Holocaust survivors, that some of them are so Orthodox today. And given what a horrible experience was, what do you think drew you to be closer to your faith?
I had a lot of time to think about that, and eventually I thought, okay, too many miracles happened at the same day, so it can't be just a coincidence. God had planned for me, and God saved me, and that's it.
Listen, that says a lot. Do you want to continue? Do you want to continue our chat like this, or do you want to, again, I'll let you.
I will continue the story.
Please.
So we were hiding under the stage for 30, 40 minutes. And we started to hear gunshots inside the party area. We saw a few people running, and one of them came to under the stage. He looked at me and he told me, "Go, they are coming." So I just left the stage. I started to run, and everyone just after me. We ran about 2 miles from the party area to the woods. We were hiding in the woods between Reim and Be'eri. And while we ran, after 2 miles, we got to a top of a hill. And while I'm on this top of a hill, I see that everything around me is just open field. So we can't just keep running in these fields because they will see us and kill us easily. So we got down from the hill to a low place where we could see everywhere around us. And we were hiding there behind the trees for 6 hours. And this time we tried to reach the police, we tried to reach security or someone to help us, but the connection was down. I don't know who took it down, but we couldn't do anything. We couldn't call anyone or share our location with anyone. After around 2 hours, the connection was back. So I was talking with everyone. I shared my location. Everyone told me the same thing, like, good luck, or it's dangerous place, you have to go. So I just took a video of the place and I told them, I have no place to go to. And and one of my friends sent me his uncle number. So I talked with him. He's connected with all of the security and stuff in Israel. So he told me, you're in a dangerous place with a big group. You have to take your friend and go away to leave this group.
Mm.
I told him I have no place to go to. I hear shooting from everywhere. I don't know from where, but I can tell that it's from everywhere. He told me you have to go to one of the kibbutzim, to a safe place. I told him that I can't, and I will stay in the same place. After half an hour, he called me again and he told me that he's glad I didn't listen to him because all of the kibbutzim were occupied by Hamas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we stayed at the same place behind the trees. Once in a while, something happened. Like we saw three security guards from the party with yellow vests, and they came with a lot of confidence to us. So we thought that they're terrorists, and eventually they just wanted to hide with us.
But were these really terrorists or were they security?
No, they were Arabs from the party. Security.
They were security. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really, but they just hid with us.
Okay, so they weren't the enemy.
No.
Okay.
Maybe yes, I don't know.
Okay, well they were hiding. It sounds.
I didn't really trust them.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
And after
never trust an Arab.
Yeah, after another hour, someone tried to look for a way out from where we were. And he came back after 10 minutes and he told us that he needs some help to grab bodies that he found. So few people went with him. I stayed behind the tree because I can't touch bodies. I'm Cohen. And
could I just explain that to those people?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shoham is a Cohen, which essentially you're not allowed into synagogue. Not synagogues. You're not allowed into cemeteries, and a Cohen is not supposed to handle dead bodies, just as a religious tradition, or I probably need to get Dina to kind of explain this a little bit better. But I know that was a big thing. A friend of mine couldn't visit. Couldn't go to a cemetery.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. Okay, so continue.
So they came back with the bodies. They put it on the hill and kept hiding behind the trees because 6 hours of us hiding behind the trees and shooting from everywhere, non-stop. And around 11 a.m., my battery died, so I couldn't talk with anyone or share my location anymore. Around the noon, I decided to relax myself and to go to sleep for a few minutes because I was tired already. And so I just laid on the tree, relaxed myself. I told myself, okay, no one gonna help me, I'm gonna die. And that was the calmest feeling that I had the same day. And I couldn't sleep because everyone was really noisy. 10 minutes later, 30 Gazan civilians surrounded us and they tried to rob us. They shouted.
So this was non-military. This was Palestinian
civilians
that were trying to abduct you. They were trying to take you.
They tried to rob things. They tried to kidnap. I don't know. They came. They shout things in Arabic to us. I don't know Arabic. Like few people that I've been with, they were fighters in the army, so they know Arabic. They told us they want to rob us, they want to kill us and stuff. So everyone just took sticks and rocks and we were ready to fight. So most of them left us to the party area and the parking lot to rob other things. And few of them just sat on the hill and watched us. So we were afraid that they will tell the terrorists where we are.
So sorry, I just want to be clear here. These were non-combatants, meaning these were citizens who were sympathizers with Hamas, and they were there presumably to do harm. You know, you knew they were not combatants. How did you know that they were not military or they were not Hamas?
Because most of them were teenagers. They were without weapons. All of the Hamas members had weapons and uniforms. So you can identify if it's just a teenager.
Was there a reward for capturing you? Did they get a prize? I mean, was there some other than being
the Hamas offered $10,000 to everyone who kidnapped body or person alive.
Okay.
That's why thousands of the civilians in Gaza crossed the border after the Nukhba to rob things and to try to kidnap.
So there was a financial incentive for non-combatants to kidnap or kill Jews.
Yeah.
Got it.
But not only Jews. They kidnapped a lot of Thai, they killed Arabs. It's not about Jews anymore.
Okay. So can you explain that a little bit more? Because I think people listening might be curious.
They crossed the border and they started to kill everyone and everything they saw. So if it's a cow in the farm, they killed it. They killed a few hundred cows. They killed dogs, cats, Arabs, Thai people who just walked the same morning. They kidnapped Thai people, Russians, Arabs, everyone.
Okay. So what, and I got a question here from my colleague, Dina. She's asking, how did you feel about the people of Gaza before October 7th? And where was your position on a two-state solution? I always like to ask that.
In Israel, everyone used to believe in peace because we don't want to fight. We're not these people who want constantly to be in a war and to kill the enemy. No, we just want peace and to live our life in peace, and no one should.
Yep, we froze
so
up.
Before, I used to believe that we can do peace with them, but after that I saw the civilians support the Hamas, and there isn't like innocent civilians. So now I can't believe that we can do peace with them anymore.
So in a minute, we could jump to your video. Is that okay?
I will just finish the story.
Oh, please go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want to.
So after the Gazan civilians left us, hour and a half later, we heard a lot of screaming and shouts from the party area. And we saw someone who dressed like a ninja between the trees. So we started to talk between us. He's a Jew, he's an IDF, he's a terrorist. He wants to ride with us. 3 seconds later, he launched an RPG at us, and he missed us by a few meters. And at this moment, we started to run on the hill. We had no choice. I think everyone lost their hearing ability. All we could hear it was like a tee. And behind that noise, after a few seconds, I started to hear gunshots. So I knew the terrorist and his friends shooting us. So we ran on the hill, and after the hill, we came to the open field, and we kept running through the open field for around 10 minutes. And at some point, we came into a valley. It's 3 meters under the ground, so everyone just went inside. And this part, the group split into two groups. One group went right into the Wadi and my group went left. At some point, the Wadi was blocked. So I was looking for the other side. I thought, okay, maybe I should go with them. Someone just told me, no, you have to keep going. And we skipped the blocked part and we came to near the road to a place where we saw a lot of trees and bushes. So we just laid down and waited for around 5 minutes. Then we saw then we saw a police officer and two soldiers, and they had Kalashnikovs. So we thought again that they're terrorists and we're gonna die. But they told us to relax. Only terrorists using Kalashnikovs. That's why we thought that they're terrorists. They told us to relax and to run with our hands in the air and scream our names. So we ran toward them with our hands in the air, scream our names. And they took us back to the road like 200 meters from the same place, to a place where they found a tank, other 70 survivors and few soldiers, and few terrorists with handcuffs sat near us. And 4 months ago, I went to a party and someone who were with me, he told me that all the people that went to the other side into the Wadi, all of them kidnapped and murdered at the same day.
So all the people that went right died,
Exactly.
and you lived just because you, for whatever reason, chose to go left. To go
because of the angel that told me, no, you have to keep this way.
Yeah. Wow.
So we waited around half an hour, 40 minutes for the IDF to take us from this place. And they came a line of trucks and they took us to the entrance of Ofakim, and from Ofakim to Ashdod. I came to Ashdod around 4:30. Just took a shower and went to sleep. It was a long day. And that's it. That's how I ran.
I'm very sorry for all that happened to you. I know you've lost. I know Liel couldn't join us today. She's just not been, obviously, you both need a break, and you both have been on a mission to get this message out to people. May I share the video? And is there anything that you want? I mean, the video that we did, I know that there was two of them that I had gotten, one from you and one from Liel. I don't know if it was the same, but it's safe to show to everyone here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the same video.
It's not the same. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. We're going to take a look now, and we'll take some questions right after.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is the long one. I think we should watch the shorter.
Okay. Don't adjust your television sets, people. This is just Ed trying to fix things here. What was the second video? That you said it was the longer one. Was, was it sent to me before the shorter one? Because that's the one that I have.
That's the only one you got?
That's the one that I have, yeah.
Just a second.
Okay. While you're... Yeah, go ahead.
I can share it on Drive with you.
That's great. Okay, so and as you do, can you take a question or two if people are curious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I know Dina, you may have had a question, or some of you I thought were kind of ruffling around. You could just unmute yourself. Not too many statements. Questions are okay. Please open. You need to unmute yourself and ask though. Don't all do it at once. Well, he's going to get me this video here.
That's it, I shared.
Okay. You shared it?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, as I get this together, if anybody has questions, please do open it up. Let me just see.
Hi, I'm
That's a short
I'm
one.
just still I'm still so curious about the whole how you live with these people so close to you, knowing that they're the people that attacked you. And I'm just trying to understand how you're ever supposed to have peace. How you're supposed to, in 6 months, a year, just be like, okay, yeah, now we're good. We can go back and forth, and you can work here, and we can do something. Like I don't understand how people are supposed to be okay with everything now.
It's much
Especially, I mean, you
bigger
see things
than,
like Burning Man putting up something, I just don't even I can't comprehend it.
so I will start by the thing that everyone in Gaza, most of them are brainwashed since they are kids or since they know themselves. They're brainwashed by the Hamas and everyone else. In Gaza, they teaching kids to hate Jews and to kill the Jews. So since they are young, all they know is we are the enemy and they have to kill us. So that's the only thing they know. That's the only thing that they care about, to kill the Jews, not to live their life. That's the first problem. The second problem is that the world supporting them, because they are the weak side. So it's more comfortable to the world to support the weak side instead of the right side. And because we are Jews and everyone hated us for many years, so it's just an excuse to keep hating us.
Sure.
And it's the most complicated war ever. I don't
After
know
what you went through, though, do you think of them as the weak side? And is there a way to change
not at
what they
all.
think? I mean, if they're being taught since birth to hate us, how do we change that? How do we turn it around? It doesn't seem like they want to change.
First thing, they are not the weak side because they have the support of all of the Islamic world. And I don't think that we have any solution to this problem. Like 2 million people in Gaza Strip, we can't kill them all, and we can't coexist with them because they want to kill us. They don't want to coexist with us. So it's very complicated. I don't know how to answer that.
And look, Shoham, you're 21. You've been through a lot. You're not supposed to have the answers necessarily. So from our perspective, A, you could do no wrong, and B, there is no wrong answer for you to. Okay.
No, not at all. I was just saying I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
Because, how you think after what you've been through, maybe how you thought before and what you think after. I don't know. Here in America, a lot of younger people, college students, whatever, seem to have gained a lot of sympathy for the Palestinians, for the people of Gaza. I don't understand it.
So,
but I'm wondering how people in Israel feel. And obviously you can only speak for yourself, not for everybody in Israel. I'm just curious, that I find it fascinating.
I think most of the people in Israel felt lost in this war. Everyone knows someone, and more than someone, who murdered and kidnapped. So we have no sympathy for them, but there are still lefty people that support them and they believe everything they're saying and stuff, and they're still protesting against the government, and you have to stop the the war. You have to give them what they want. They want us to put our weapons down and to surrender. That's
No.
You're on a live meeting, whoever's screaming right now. Here, let me put that. Okay. Listen, we're going to get to more questions in a minute. Shoham, can I share the video right now?
Yeah.
This one I didn't view. Do I need to give any warning to the people who are on the meeting right now about some of the content?
At the end, there are a few recordings of gunfire.
Okay.
And maybe a picture from the bathroom with a lot of blood.
Okay. Look, this is not for the meek, but it's a conference. It's a meeting with a survivor of an attack. So I'm going to share this with everybody now, but I always want to give those disclaimers. If you're hypersensitive, it's now time to probably turn off the video for about 3 minutes. I'm looking at his video here, and here we go.
אמא. לא יעשו כלום, לא, אין לך מה לעשות פה, זהו. אמא. יואו. יואו. שמע ישראל. אין מה לעשות. איפה אתם? איפה אתם? איפה אתם? כולם נכנסים לפח. ליד איזה ממ"ד? אני בדוכנים. יש פה ממ"ד?
אמא שלי, כולם. איפה אז? Vamos a ganar,
Okay, this is the footage that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Trying to get rid of this here. There we go. Okay, so we saw this a lot of these images we've actually had here put out to us over media, social media, and all of this. I said it in the beginning, I want everyone to also know, if you'd like a copy, I created 12 prompts. It might even seem a little silly for artificial intelligence, but I believe that the kids that are protesting and the people that are out there are operating on information that is simply false. And all of them are on AI. So I said to myself, why don't we actually create some prompts to truly get the facts? If you want to hate Israel, but actually hate it for the right reason, if that's what it's going to be. If you believe that there's never been an attempt at a two-state solution, A, you're wrong, and B, you really need to learn the history behind it. So that's my mission. That's what I'm really out there trying to do. I really do like to cling to the possibility of peace. But let me throw another question out to you, Shoham. You know, somebody that I'm close with who is really, I don't want to say anti-Israel, but really pro-Palestine, much more so than, much more sympathetic to the Palestinians. And they seem to have believed that, one statement they made that I kind of agreed with was, the kid that survives this, 5 or 6-year-old that's living through this now, in the next 10 or 15 years, you've got a suicide bomber. And now you've got lots of them. Do you think the long-term effect of what's actually gone on at this point, and again, I'm not asking you to find the solution here, but do you think the future has got the possibility of any kind of peace? Or do you think that this is going to be a much more global set of terrorism that we're going to get as a result of Israel defending itself?
First thing, Israel is just the first to be bombed, and everyone knows what the Muslims really want. They said it out loud. They want to rule the world. They want all the world to be Islamic. So Israel currently the only one who's fighting for the free world. And if Israel gonna put the weapon down, so we're fucked.
Yes, I see that. Oh, before you go on, Dina, go ahead. And by the way, guys, we've got another 6 or 7 minutes here. So if anyone has questions after Dina, please, it's time to ask. Don't be shy. Dina, go ahead.
Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but I really am fascinated by this whole thing. But sometimes you like when I talk. But I would love to talk to that particular person who asked you about creating new suicide bombers, because to me, couple of issues. Number one, what created them before? What they've existed, all of these terrorists, since Israel, since forever. So what was their excuse then for these people existing, these terrorists? But beyond that, also, they're looking for an excuse for Israel to not be able to defend itself, which is offensive. Why was this not an issue when America went in and bombed Germany? Did anybody say, oh, well, we can't fight the Nazis because we're going to create future Nazis? Nobody said that. You fight the bad guys because fighting the bad guys is the right thing to do. So, this person I don't even think that answer makes sense. I think it's just another excuse to hate Israel, to hate Jews, and to say that Jews should not defend themselves. We should walk meekly into the ovens again. That's what they want. And that's the only thing they want.
Again, going back on whatever side you believe in, everyone, it's starting from you need to die in order for this to be settled. It is a pretty shitty place to start, I would think. It doesn't seem like something that's going to actually be really settled. This is why I'm trying to use social media today to inform the people who when I look at, I don't understand still why we've got such a huge population of the gay community in the United States who don't really truly understand, how liberal Israel is and how friendly it is to the gay culture, and how just a few miles away, that's really not the case. with any one of these Arabic nations. So I really believe that as Jews, we're losing the war on information. It's really, really crucial. Again, Shoham, this is your show here. I don't want to steal it all from you here, but any thoughts or any commentary on that?
So these gay people, first thing, they're dumb, because as I said, we are fighting for the free world, and these people want to live free in the world, and they supporting the opposite side, the bad side, the side that won't let them live like that. It's the way they want. And I don't know, they shutting their ears. They don't want to hear us. So it doesn't matter what we're gonna say. They no, you are doing genocide, you're killing innocent people.
Yeah. Well,
they're dumb.
And there's another study that I could show everyone. I've done this from a previous meeting. In the face of unbelievable evidence, irrefutable evidence, what you have are people, once you've actually adopted something to be part of your psyche, part of your brand, it is very, very difficult to get somebody to actually back off from that position. Now, that's just not Israel. That's just human nature. Brenda, please, you want to just tell everyone who you are and ask your question? You got to unmute, Brenda. Almost. There you
Brenda
go.
Wolf from Hoboken, New Jersey. And this whole thing, I think I've been watching so many things, and it's so hard to see, but it's like I want to know so I can share it with other people. But Shoham, my friends too, and I keep wondering, why did it take the IDF so long to get to people to help them? I mean, I've heard different times, but 6 hours, 8 hours, which aren't, I mean, and I don't know, but I would think there'd be military all over the country in different places. So I'm just trying to understand why it took so long for you guys to even get help from the IDF.
Okay, so I will start by that. The terrorists came to the kibbutzim and to the near bases exactly the same way they came to the Nova Festival. So they reached these places first. So the soldiers who supposed to come first to help were already dead, and they fought for their lives. I had a lot of friends in the bases, just near the border, and every one of them is a hero. They fought until their last breath. Second thing, as you said, the army was all over the country. So if you want to move like tanks and helicopters from the north or from the center, it would take a long time. Another thing, the terrorists blocked the main road. So if you do move tanks in these roads, they were bombing it, and they killed everyone and everything they saw. And
let's we're going to dig into that a little bit more, but again, with the last moments here, I want to ask if you, first of all, Nicole Hudson has a question, then I've got a question to read here. Nicole, you want to unmute yourself? And I'm lowering your hand.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi. Thank you,
Hi.
Shoham, for sharing your story with us. I'm just wondering, personally, going through such a horrific event and experience that you went through, does it make you more hesitant or nervous now to be in large groups or gatherings or events?
It's a good question.
I want to say, first thing, it took me 2 months to to dance again. I couldn't just feel like I can dance. And I went back to dance in a retreat in Israel. Few amazing people did for us. So it took me 2 months to get back to dance. And now I'm dancing freely. I'm going to festivals, going to parties. And when I was in Israel, in February, I left Israel and I went to retreat in California. And since then, I'm touring, I'm speaking everywhere. And now I'm in Costa Rica and I have a few speaking engagements here. And that's my mission right now. And when I was in Israel, the main thing that triggered me was to wait in traffic jam. That's why I just drove on 150 every time I drove. And I want to add a few more things. We started to tour in February, 3.5 months already. And it's really helping us. But the main thing that caused us and made us to feel so free and comfortable to share is the retreats in Israel and outside Israel that helped us the most. They did therapy, they did yoga, they did amazing things for us. I went, I think, to 4 or 5 retreats already. Cyprus, California, in Israel. And now, in the middle of the tour, we decided that we want to give back to the community and to do retreats of our own. And that's what the link is about. We are raising money to the retreat and to continue this tour. So the link is in the
let me get here. I'm the salesman here, so let me give you a little sales pitch, okay? I put in the side here that, again, all of you are invited. You're not required to do anything, but I will be making a contribution to this charity that he is about. It's about just a very narrow charity, working on the survivors of the Novus concerts, mental health. It has been a horrific time. Again, Liel is just not, she just isn't up to speaking anymore. And I don't blame her, nor would I fault her for it. She was going to be one of the speakers today. If you are so inclined, again, the link is on the side. You could always email Daniel at Bogen Homes, where we could send you a few things on our notes as well. We're going to have an extensive set of notes from this meeting that we could send out again. And thank you, Daniel, for putting your link up. And yes, by all means, it deserves support. It's something where you do have some. We've seen your story over and over again, and with time, my hope is that you find the peace that you richly deserve. We also had one other question here, and we'll have time for one more. Shoham, do most Palestinian people in Gaza support Hamas? That's a good question. Do you think the people in Gaza are pro-Hamas, regardless of whether they may hate you and they may hate Israel, but do they look at Hamas as like a great government? Do they see that as that really represents me? What's the challenge?
Again, this is the most complicated war ever, and I think that most of the civilians in Gaza supported Hamas at the beginning of the war. Now I think they're maybe less because they're ruining everything in Gaza. But every terror attack they did on Israel, they just went to celebrate. They gave everyone candies in the Gaza streets and celebrated that one Jew got killed. So I believe that most of them support Hamas. I heard someone's story. He was in a California retreat with me. he was kidnapped from the party. He was, I think, 53 or 54 days in Gaza. Civilians took him, kidnapped him, and they cooperate every single time that you see civilians just pretending to be innocent. You got a slap in the face, and you can see that they're not innocent anymore.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the war, few civilians crossed the road with a white flag, and while the IDF approached them, the terrorists started to shoot the IDF. So they cooperate, and some civilians hid hostages in their house. I don't know what they get in return, but that's the case.
Yeah.
They helping each other. Now Hamas is taking all of the aid and not giving to the civilians. So I assume that they less support them, but they did it for themselves. They should resist to the Hamas, not us.
We're going to need to wrap up. I want to thank you for coming, and I also want to just say this, especially to the people that are going to watch the streaming after the fact, and for the people who it's my personal mission to reach people who are on the fence, who claim that they don't know. Please, please, please take my ChatGPT prompts. I could show you through artificial intelligence the facts of what's going on. No war has either side without blood on its hands. You got it. I mean, that's 100% correct. It is a grotesque, horrific thing that is going on right now, but you need to operate from a level of truth. And that's what I'm really trying to get out of everywhere. That's why a realtor in Florida is spending so much time and resources on this. We're losing the PR battle. They're battling in social media. We need to be out there. I want you to help me. Is Judaism perfect? Do we have everyone perfect? No, we've got our share of Madoffs in the world. But fortunately for us, we've got a lot more of the Einsteins of the world that have made great things here. I believe that there's nothing wrong within us that can't be fixed by what is right within us. And that's really the message that I wanted to get out to all of you. I do put on these conferences from time to time. Actually, in the real estate world, I do it quite a bit. So I know a couple of you are a part of that. But I do bring some great speakers to the table. I had Lieutenant Colonel Amatzia Baram. He was Israel's top expert on Saddam Hussein, and now he's a retired academic. I've got that streaming on YouTube. I'm expecting to get more Jewish and non-Jewish related stuff that's just interesting content, and I really hope that all of you could join us. And once again, Daniel at Bogen Homes, if you want any of the transcripts, my ChatGPT prompts, any of this video, please do let me know. Shoham, thank you so much for joining, and not the least of which is Shoham's charity, which I'm making a contribution to right now. And if anybody wants to know other ways to support, thank you so much, and really bless you and best to you and your family and everyone else. And if you make it back to Boca Raton, you've got a friend here. Definitely give us a buzz. I'd love to take you for a falafel or something.
And I want to add that if someone wants to ask me any more questions or something else, you can ask Ed for my number and reach me. Thank you so much for listening to my story.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shoham.
Okay, guys, take care.